What secret are you keeping that is ruining your life? My wife, who ruined my life and bailed on both me and my son, ended up running away with her brother and having his baby. Freaking Lannisters. I got raped when I was about 8 years old. Few years later I found him and smashed his knees so he can't walk to the actual day. He is now a beggar in my home city and I don't regret anything. I still have some mental problems with it, but after the years it gets better. Except for my sex life, I still have bad days and can't rely on joy. I've been treated so poorly by people I trusted that I can no longer trust anyone. I refuse to have sex with my girlfriend until I'm married. She thinks I'm a hardcore Christian. I find something to do every Sunday, get high, instead of going to church. The truth is that my penis was severed off in an accident when I was 5, and I have about 1/2 inch of it left. I have no idea how to tell her. I'm so in love, and I know the moment it comes out I'm screwed. I've been with her for 1.5 years, and she, somehow, respects my choice to wait until marriage for any interaction other than kissing. If this comment gets anywhere and people want to know what happened I will edit, but it's embarrassing. A friend of mine killed herself when we were younger and no one knew why. It was because her dad molested us when we were kids and we never told anyone. Edit. Thank you Reddit for all the support. It means a lot to me to see so many people encouraging me to seek professional help. I really had no idea this would get so much attention, but I'm glad you all are so kind about it, other than the couple of trolls. But hey, I've had worse happen. I might do an AMA on this. Some of you had a lot of questions. Really thank you all so much. Tell someone today. He is likely to do it again. Save another child, if not your friend. He died of cancer a few years back. That I remember my biological mother admitting that she hated me because I didn't save her marriage like she had hoped. That's the only reason she had me. I think she changed her mind. Now that I'm an adult, she wants to be in my life. I can't forgive that. Edit. Wow, this is my highest comment. I'm trying to get through all the responses. Edit #2. I just want to say, I spent the entire time I've been responding to your responses thinking about the situation. I come to the conclusions that with or without my bio mother, I'm still here. And while I've made mistakes in my life, some really major, and leading to more problems, I'm a pretty freaking great person. I did that without her, and I'll continue to do this without her. Thank you Reddit, you guys really helped me get through this one. Also, you ruined my flawless Macup. Oh well, I'll fix it, and go enjoy this Friday night feeling a lot better about myself. Open bracket colon. My husband is having an affair. I know, but I'm too scared of what will happen if I confront him. He is so narcissistic that he can't see anything wrong with anything he does. We have a 9-year-old, and I think it would destroy him. Edit. My mom was married 7 different times while I was growing up. I have a huge fear of becoming her. I know it's irrational, but that is what stops me. I have a good job and can afford it. Thanks for encouragement. I do have solid proof. I haven't confronted him yet. I know he will lie, BC he lies every time I confront him in an argument. Edit. To those of you who think that I'm a pushover or a lame duck, I really am strong. I love my son more than anything in the world. He is everything to me. I swore I would never raise him in the environment I was raised in. I know how my husband will react, BC he cheated on his first wife before me, and his kid from that marriage is severely freaked up. He destroyed his first wife and made me believe that the affair was all her fault. I was young and dumb at the time. It's not as cut and dry as leave or not leave. I appreciate all the comments, especially being called a self-absorbed expletive hater. This post was to tell a secret that is ruining your life. That is what I did. I don't know what I will do. It is called a secret, BC I haven't told anyone. Yes, my husband is a jerk. My son even told me last night when I tucked him in that he thinks dad needs anger management. I don't know what the right answer is. I will keep you all posted. Side note, have pictures, texts, and Facebook messages with him and other woman. I'm a bloke 6 feet 1 inch, 185 centimeters, 16th Street, 100 kilograms, 225 pounds, hands like shovels, feet to match, and a beard you could lose an owl in. So that kind of makes it impossible, even with the very best medical stuff, for me to be the girl I've wanted to be for as long as I can remember. Most vexing. Edit. I'm a bit amazed by you guys. You're great. Thanks for the messages. I think my first step is to find a professional type person to talk to find out if this really is the right path for me. Edit the second. I'm a lot amazed now. I've had buckets of support and information, and I'm now coming up with the beginnings of a plan. Thanks y'all. To others in the same, similar, or different situations, hit up these subs. Finally, thanks for the gold. A very long time ago my mother died of AIDS. She contracted it when I was 8. We were victims of a home invasion, and she was raped. My mother and father were still together when she died, and it completely devastated him. I've never seen a more happier, open, in love couple than my mother and father. He couldn't bear to be alone, so he remarried an old family friend. I like her a lot actually, and I want him to be happy. This is terrible, but to people I actually know in person, I couldn't even begin to tell them my mother died and how she did. So I just say my stepmom is my biological mom, if it ever comes up in conversation. I'm a piece of crap, I know. I've since moved to a new city and I just don't think it's anybody's business, especially since I spend most of my time in a professional environment. I accept that I haven't fully dealt with this yet. I was involved in incest as a child. I avoided sex until I got married, and while I love and trust my husband and enjoy sex with him, it's bringing back a lot of terrible memories. Edit. I want to talk about it. I see a therapist and my husband knows some of the details, but I'm literally about to self-destruct ATM. I want to get the details out in the open, but I just can't. I've tried talking it out in front of mirror starting at the beginning, but I end up scratching my arms or just staring into the mirror. I feel so ashamed. It started out as mutual fondling, but it became super twisted as time went on. He would get so angry and violent if I didn't do what he asked. Even years after the abuse he was violent. He nearly threw his firstborn girl across the room. Before his daughter was born he and I would get into serious physical fights. He would kick me to the floor and I would scratch him. I'm not a good fighter. My mom almost called the cops on me because she didn't believe he hit me. I'm afraid if I talk about it out loud my husband will respect me less, or feel awkward when we do stuff, or that he will get hurt or stressed about it. I don't want to hurt anyone talking about this. That I think no one cares or thinks about me, so I become self-destructive. I have an extreme habit of helping other people out when I should be helping myself. Everyone comes to me for advice with their problems, since I come off as very comfortable and empathetic when in reality I should be taking my own advice / the necessary steps to improve myself. I just have an insatiable fear of failure, so I avoid putting myself in situations where defeat is a possibility. Edit. Thanks to the Redditor who gave me gold. Freak throwaways. I might be a pedophile. I would never ever have sex with a minor or do anything against their will that may be construed as such. But I have fantasized about it often. Sometimes, when I'm out, I catch myself checking out little, prepubescent girls. I beat myself up for it afterwards, but it just kinda happens. I used to look forward to growing up, getting married, and having kids. But now I don't feel like I could trust myself. And because I don't see myself ever getting married, I've pushed myself from any kind of romantic relationship. Now I'm just a lonely creepy guy. Edit. Thank you all very much for understanding. Thank you to those of you who shared stories and offered support directly. As it stands now, I will definitely be going to get help for this. It's really not a big deal at the moment, but I don't want it to become one. Just for clarification, I'm not attracted only to little girls. I'm mostly attracted to women around my own age. I'm currently pursuing someone who is older than me, and I'm not attracted to little girls just because they are little girls. Most of them are ugly and have terrible personalities. My inbox exploded since I've been at work. I'm slowly making my way through all of your replies and threads, and I'll probably delete my account shortly after. Edit 2. To all the people posting pictures from my Reddit history, thanks for being proactive, so people know who to hide their kids from, but it's really not necessary. that I don't love my wife anymore, that she's pregnant with a child I wasn't ready for, that the child in my mind is nothing but a financial burden that we can't afford, that I'm too afraid to divorce her because the state that I live in always freaks over the father with very high child support. Edits. To pregnant wives. No, you are not my wife. Mine doesn't use Reddit. No, I'm not in New York or California. No, I would never abuse a child regardless of my frame of mind. For the last 5 years I have been hopelessly, painfully in love with my best friend. I have dated other people, and so has he. We've moved to different cities and led completely different lives, but I'm so in love with every single fiber of his being that it consumes me. I love my fiance, but her complete lack of sex drive is making me disinterested in our relationship. I have tried all manner of buying over the last 3 years to get her interest up, and we have fought about it many times, but I have finally given up. I'm extremely sexual, and so was she when we first started dating, but she will only have sex a few times a month. She says she orgasms and enjoys it when we do, but often rushes me to finish, so even when it happens the sex is rarely intimate or satisfying for me. It makes me feel unattractive and undesirable, and in turn makes it difficult for me to be affectionate with her. She is beautiful and fun and way out of my league, so there is intense pressure from all of my friends to stay with her. Constant "if you don't marry her you are a moron" comments. We live together, but I spend more and more time isolated from her and my friends because the anxiety of feeling like I'm doing the wrong thing by marrying her is crippling. I usually end up at home with headphones on playing games while she watches TV or is out drinking with her friends. Thanks for starting this thread. Whether or not anything changes, it feels amazing to get that off of my chest. Throw away. My daughter isn't mine. My fiance went away for a tough mud run the weekend my daughter was conceived. I took the baby to get a DNA test one day when my fiance was at work and I was at home with her, and sure enough, just like on Maury, I was not the father. I went to a doctor and it turns out I'm sterile. I can't tell anyone because I love the little girl like she's my own, but it hurts when people comment on how much she looks like her mom, but never how much she looks like me. I could never bring myself to say anything to her though, because I don't want to not be in the little girl's life. As far as she knows, I'm her father, and she loves me unconditionally, and I can't ruin that. TL. Doctor, my fiance got knocked up by someone else and claims the kid is mine. I don't have the heart to deny it. In mid-December I was headhunted and offered my dream position at a company I dreamt about working for. I moved away to the capital and made a plan with my university to finish my degree whilst working. The kicker? I have early stage cancer. I found out before taking the job. I haven't told a soul. Edit. Thank you guys so much for your answers. It's touching to know that there are so many people out there who would care to cheer up a total stranger on the internet. And whoever you are, thanks for the Reddit gold. I'll use my powers wisely to answer some questions I have been putting off getting it treated because I'm an idiot, and B, my new, super awesome everything I hoped it would be job sent me to do training at the Chamber of Commerce, so I haven't had time. Which is a crappy excuse dealing with cancer, but now that I'm settled in I'll bite the bullet. For those wondering, it's cervical cancer that may or may not have spread to other parts of my uterus. Since we caught it relatively early, the best case scenario is they just go in and take that crap out surgically and I won't have to suffer through chemo and radiation, but I don't know yet. Losing my fertility isn't something that bothers me greatly when I'm in a position where I could lose my life. I'm a fraud. I don't do anything. I sit at my desk all day and do maybe 15 minutes work a day on a good day. People ask me to do things, but eventually they just go away, or things sort themselves out. Usually they make excuses for me, caught you at a busy time, etc. But here's the thing, I'm successful. I earned about $300k after tax last year, got a big promotion, and I know I'm about to get another one. I've tried everything, self-help books, even hypnosis, but I can't get into it. The funny thing is, when I do something I'm interested in I work really hard at it,